Hello, my name is Rika Fitriani. I'm from the morning class. I will describe this design of my assessment rubrics. Rubrics are tools for teacher to establish grading criteria for assessment. My assessment rubrics design is this speaking skill assessment rubrics. This rubrics is for the first grade high school level. In speaking, there are several components that will be tested, namely pronunciation, grammar, vocabulary, and fluency. In the pronunciation components, student will get score of 4 if it is very clear, that is, it is easy to understand, and get score 3 if easy to understand, even though the influence of the mother tongue can be detected, and get score 2 if there are pronunciation problems, so that the listener needs full concentration, and get score 1 if there are serious pronunciation problems that can be understood. In grammar components, student will get score 4 if no or grammatical errors, get score 3 if sometimes there are errors but they don't affect the meaning, and get score 2 if often make mistakes that make the meaning difficult to understood, and get score 1 if grammatical errors are so severe they can be understood. In vocabulary components, student will get score 4 if using right vocabulary and expression, get score 3 if sometimes using vocabulary that is not right, so that is has to explain more, get score 2 if often uses incorrect vocabulary, and get score 1 if vocabulary is so limited to conversation is not possible. Fluency. In component fluency, student will get score 4 if very fluency, and get score 3 if fluency is like impaired by language problems, and get score 2 if often hesitate and stop due to language limitation, and get score 1 if speaks at the intermediate and stop making conversation impossible. To calculate the overall score of students in the following way: scoring guidelines. In this rubric, the maximum number of score of each order is 16, and final score is acquisition score divided maximum score times 100. Student scores are obtained by dividing the total scores by a maximum score of 16 times 100. For example, student B get a score of 14, then the score is 14 divided 16 times 100 equal 87.5. I think that's all for my presentation. Thank you for your attention.